All right, we're out again. We got the Sofirn ST2 out. Excited to take this one out. We got other ones with me. Finally got the Loop Gear SKO2 out. Just got it. There is something that is not good on mine, but it's not a big deal, but it's still not good. But the bad thing too, it is cloudy out. So it's kind of bright out here. Maybe it'll get a little bit darker later, I don't know. But yeah, we got the ST2. Very nice beam. Not a big thrower, but you get a lot of flood and some throw. But the bad thing, it has ramping on it. I don't really like too much. But we get the red light. Double click for that turbo. It is pretty damn bright too. The beam isn't the best, but you know, it's red light, so I don't care too much. And then we get UV. We get two modes. And this has the 90-degree head on it. I do got the HDO5 with me too by Wurkkos. And the Wurkkos TS26S with the 519As, which I can't wait to test that out. Because I just tested it out in my room and it looked beautiful. So that might be one of my favorite walking lights. Because these are low CRI, so they're not the best for walking, but this light is pretty good because the hot spot is pretty big, but it has a really nice beam. Really no rings around it. And I do like this, I think better than the HDO5. I don't really like that too much. I probably shouldn't have bought it, but I did. Boom. So yeah, so far I like this light. It's a little heavy. I think it's maybe a little lighter than the HDO5. That light's just, I don't know, not as cool as I thought, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, this has nice, decent throw. Good enough for me, but a lot of flood. And then double click for the lowest. Single click to go into the last memorize mode. Love that. But yeah, this light is good. Just the detent could be a little more for switching, red, the white light and UV. But yeah. And I wish it had like a lockout. These lights, the first detent should be a lockout instead of the 4 clicks or 3 clicks, whatever light it is, because that gets kind of old. Lights with switches need just a lockout. And I think if they do, the lockout should be, or that first detent should be a little more than the rest, just so to help more prevent accidental activation. Because this obviously has built-in battery. Yeah, it sucks it's too damn bright out tonight. But if you guys had this, let me know. Do you like it? Do you not? The other thing, I wish it had step modes. Because I just don't, I'm not a fan of ramping. Because it's always usually This one isn't too bad. It's pretty quick, but usually at the lowest, they should make it ramp slower, but. All right, we got the HD05. So we'll ramp it all the way up. And that is turbo, so it's like the Sofirn. Click once. Well, I had it on turbo, but we'll aim it down. Double click for turbo, double click lowest mode, single click last use brightness. So yeah, this one, the tint looks maybe a little warmer than the Sofirn. Not a bad cool white. Gets a little more cool, but not a bad tint at all. The hotspot seems a little warmer, so that's good. But yeah, tonight's definitely colder than the last night, because it got up to 80 today. It was 60, but then it dropped quick. Right now it's 40. It was 42 when I left, but it dropped like 20 degrees in like a couple hours at 1, so it got nice and cool, because in the morning it was a little humid too. But damn, see, still that wind. But yeah, who's like me that hates the wind? I fucking hate it. If it's hot out, a little bit's not bad, but otherwise I hate it. You can hear it in your ears and shit. It's just, the older you get, the more fucking annoyed you get too. That's why when you're younger, you don't know why old people are so mean or grumpy. But once you get older, you realize it. But yeah, this light's okay. The only bad thing, that wind. There was a big gust, so I had to stop earlier. What was I gonna say? The big thing, you can feel like the side light, when it's all the way down, it kind of moves a little bit. You know, it's kind of annoying. This has a red light too, ramping. Double click for the turbo. Single click to go last use mode. Double for the lowest. The Sofirn might be a little brighter. The red light. This has a better beam quality, but it's still pretty damn bright. And then we get UV. Here we got some range. It can make it all the way down to the end, but it's more like floody, so it's harder to spot. But it's a nice beam though. It's good for walking, you know, for this type of beam. All right, I forgot to show the side light here, so we'll show that quick. This is the lowest. We're gonna ramp all the way up. So you can see it's very quick, so it's hard to get lower brightness. That's why when they always do the ramping, they always make it too damn fast. Press and click and hold for that nice warm tint, which looks really nice. And then we'll go 6500K. So you can definitely see. But it's nice because you can kind of walk, you know, with your hand out like this to get flood if you're working on something. That's why I guess I'm not too mad I bought this light, but I'd probably choose close to the warmest. Just let it go a little bit. But that looks nice. Boom. And while we're at the same spot, we got the loop gear on. So that's the highest flood. Not as bright, but a lot better than the first gen. But not a warm tint though. But you can use like the yellow light. There's the red. Luckily it has red, which is good if you're going to read like a map or something. You can go through all the colors. If you press and hold, it goes through. Which I think these are supposed to be better than the first gen too. Like the triple click is the police light. But I love these one. Then you can press and hold to go through like different orientations of it. And then back to the side light. And the one thing I don't like, if it's locked out and you press the button, it goes to the green. You shouldn't do anything if it's locked out. Because if you have it in a bag and something's clicking on it like that, it's going to waste the battery. But here is the lowest mode here for the flood. So the flood has, I think, a little more throw than the first gen. But a lot of people complain, like the first one, it doesn't have like a good low mode. But it does have a lot of flood though. But I prefer a little more throw than just pure flood like the, whew, shit, some wind gusts. Then like the Olight. But those are, you know, this more EDC friendly, but still. And that's high, I believe. And then turbo. Damn. Then well, there's the spot. So mine does have like a, it's a bit yellow or green right around the hot spot. If you guys have this, let me know if yours has that too. But this should be the SFT42R. And that's the high, boom, boom, boom. So it's definitely not a huge thrower, but it's like a big hot spot. Huge. Should hit that building. Yeah. It's hitting that building. And then press and hold for both. So 5,000 lumens versus like 4,300 for the original. And this one does have the glow. Yeah, I do like the flood on this. It has a better USB-C charging port because the original was garbage, which I didn't notice at first for some reason, but yeah, it's it's a piss poor USB-C cover. Wurkkos and stuff, they do better most of the time. Just a lot of flood and some good throw. That's why I like the beam on this, man. Especially if you're, you know, at my other spot where you don't need a lot of throw. It's perfect. And it's good that they have like some jimping on it too. On the switch so you can do it better, but yeah, see there it kind of stuck. So I'm not 100% happy with my sample, but I don't know. I commented on some video and he said you could put WD-40 on it, but I'm not going to spray anything on there. But if yours has that, let me know, because I do have the black one, the non-UV. I kind of want the white one, so I might buy another. I don't know. They're expensive. But I got mine from AliExpress, China, so yeah. So there's the throw. It reaches way up there. I think when I measured it was like 400 feet up there. But it is going to be brighter than the original because that uses the SFT25R. But I almost think I'd rather have that because you're going to get longer runtime and a tighter spot. But see, I don't know why that cheap one I got yesterday, the PDL or whatever, you can choose flood, you can choose throw, and both at the same time. But this, you can only do it on the turbo. I don't know why they didn't add that for this one. You know, I would love that to get a little more throw, but all that flood too, without having to go on turbo, would be sweet. And if they made a 14500 version that's even smaller than this, I think a lot of people would buy that. I would, because it would be smaller, lighter. Because, you know, this uses two 18650, so the weight, you know, that adds up. You can use one to reduce weight, but obviously I'm not going to do that. But yeah, see this wind, man, shit. But we got the TS26 out. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this one, a lot of flood, not a lot of throw. But obviously for Nichia 521As, they're pretty throwy from what I heard, you know, for this style. But and I do have it in the stepped, so you can walk. I always pretty much do the second mode, medium or whatever it will be with each light. But yeah, look at that. There's the moonlight turbo. Yeah, beautiful tint. Yeah, this is very nice. I'm happy I bought these. Very cheap on Wurkkos.com. Go check them out. The TS28 too. I recommend both. Looks like someone cut the gate right there too. Let's see. Damn. There's probably been someone in there. But I'm just gonna walk a little bit with this light because I'm gonna do some shorts with these, so yeah. I usually go right down here and then you can see up there, which is about 400 feet. Yeah, it's about 400 feet. It's not a lot, but you know, it's a nice open area that I can get here. Plus, even if I went like half a mile, you know, it's hard to see, except if you got a big building. Because I used to go up there somewhere. Yeah, I was right up the train tracks and then light up that building over there, that tall one, back in the day. Yeah, this thing has really nice tint. And strobe. But if you guys got this T26S, let me know. Do you like it? I mean, the beam's really nice. This is a good walking the dog, or if I'm at my other spot, because you know this spot, the graveyard has more length to it, but obviously this is still perfect. Plus, if it was darker, it would look better, but yeah. But alright, that'll be it for this one. I'm going to do some shorts, so watch all these videos, because I got a lot coming. But I appreciate you guys watching, man. Hopefully I get another video tomorrow, because I want to get the M21K out, take the loop gear out again. Well, we'll see. All right, peace.